Welcome, guys, to the 23rd episode of this Dapper Gaming podcast for
Hmm.
July 21st. At, we're like, would you describe this as like the middle of the summer? Like peak summer?
Uh, no.
No.
Well,
When's summer technically start? I don't know my months.
I think it starts beginning the first week in June.
So we're
So
about we're about the
about,
middle.
yeah, about the middle. It's not the middle though, like considering school dates for me. That's usually how I play it out. I think like end of June is usually I guess middle of July would be. Never mind. So yes, it's completely correct.
It's the middle of summer.
Yeah, it's
How
hot.
retardedly hot is it in your gaming room?
Well, considering my air conditioning doesn't work, which I just discovered this fine week. It's pretty damn hot. Not today though. It's cooled off quite a bit, so that's been a lot easier to deal with. But
It's so hot
like
here, man. I
yeah,
can't do it.
it was in like the 90s all this week. So
I don't know what that is, so
oh, it's hot.
it's hot.
Like, yeah,
We're
I
in the
can't
high
keep
20s here, so it's hot.
it. Then we're on like the same temperature then.
Yep. Oh man, Tuesday is gonna be like 25 out. I'm gonna have to go to Soup Potholes, go swimming.
I got a pool in my complex. I don't swim there though.
Well,
Oh,
that's different.
okay. So 90 degrees Fahrenheit is 32 degrees Celsius.
Oh God. Ah, that's hotter than it is here.
Is I don't know, like, does BC ever really get
Really
that
hot.
hot? Yeah.
Yeah. All of August is like that hot, and I live on an island, so it's actually a little bit colder here than it is, and I live right on the water, so it's actually a little bit colder here than it
Yeah.
is like inland BC. Inland BC, it gets even hotter.
Ugh, couldn't deal with it. Yeah, this is about usually how hot it gets. It sometimes gets in the 100-degree Fahrenheit, which is like
Yeah, I know. Fuck that
37.
shit. When
Yeah, no, that's
I was in Boston for like 3 months during the summer once,
yeah.
and it was like 105 at
Sound
peak, but with like 98.5% humidity, and it's just like, you're just
yeah.
like walking around and you're all soggy all the time, no matter what you do. It's like I'm not even sweating, and I'm all of a sudden just like soaking. It always felt
Yeah.
like you just got out of the shower.
And then that feeling sticks with you all day. Like you
Yeah,
feel like you
it's
just got out and
gross.
you can't get rid of it.
It's gross.
It is gross.
There's nothing wrong with just getting out of the shower, but like by hour 4, you're just like, oh fuck this shit. Oh
Yeah.
god.
I don't want to feel like that all day.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Uh oh gee, I forgot to turn off Steam. Now I'm doing it. Now everyone
Oh,
sees my name on
people
Steam.
people like, uh-oh. You can edit
Uh
edit it out. Just put a smiley face over it.
no, it's okay. I'm
Your
thinking
friend
about it's okay. They can see my terrible name.
your, your friend list is gonna blow up.
I wish. Actually, I only have like I don't add people I don't know. I refuse them all, so I only have like 20 people on my friends list. I went through and purged it because I
Hmm.
was like, well, I haven't seen this person in 3 years, even though we used to play Counter Strike together every single day.
Yeah.
So they're off the list. They're off the list. They're off the list. So like I have like 15 people on my friends list now.
But with the Steam levels, you can have more people, so you should have just kept them there.
It's not. That's not why I got rid of them. I got rid of them because like if my friends list really big, then it's like a pain in the ass to sift through and actually message the people that I need to talk to, like you
Yeah.
or Jeff or Ben or people I actually play video games with, Dino. Um, I haven't talked to Alan in forever.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. There's groups, but that doesn't help either. 'Cause
No, it doesn't. They're kind of shitty. The group
yeah.
system. It doesn't really work right because
It should
it
just
like puts
transfer them
people
to
in
that
groups,
group.
but it doesn't like move them out of the primary like set.
Yeah, it should just be like
And
they
so
should
like you
only
end up
show up
with
in
like
your list
a bunch of
once.
lists. No, they
Yeah.
should be able to show up in multiple different groups, but they shouldn't show up in the like main one once you put them in a group.
Yeah, well, that I can see that.
That would be useful.
It would be useful because it would just clean it up because I have like yeah, I just have a couple groups only for mostly for Counter Strike people and then like my real life friends. So it's like you can distinguish through them because everyone changes their names so freaking often that I can't tell who's who.
Yeah, see, I'm not friends with people who change their names because we all have like a rule pretty much where that's fucking bullshit and stupid, and if you do that and then get deleted from someone's friends list, that's your fault.
Except for
Because
me because I seriously do like every year. I won't change. This is it. I'm done.
you've got a Twitter handle with it and a YouTube channel. You can't change your name now. It's too late,
Yeah.
son.
No, my my YouTube handle is has an I in front of it. I couldn't get the. I think
Oh,
yeah. Whatever though. Close enough.
whatever. So let's start off with Steam sales, I guess. Why not? Because
Might
they're
as
gonna
well.
end tomorrow. It's the 21st.
Yeah.
22nd is today's the encore day. So I mean, maybe tomorrow is also an encore day
Yeah, I think they do that.
because they like do 10 days of sales and then encore for like the last two, so that or I mean they do 8 days of sales and then encore for two, so that you can like re-get dailies. But
Right.
you picked up anything at all?
The only thing I've picked up in like the past week is Heroes of Might and Magic 6 or 5.
It's 6.
6, yeah. That's it. I and I played like an hour of it maybe. It's fun, but it crashed, so I got frustrated.
Yeah, I ran into the same black screen issue you have. It's
Yeah.
from like a Windows update or some crap. Uh, I set my I had to set my graphics card options for that game in the NVIDIA control panel to make it like
Right.
work correctly. It got a lot more stable. I still hit a black screen doing
I
a
hate
campaign.
dealing with like I just want to play. I hate dealing with that stuff sometimes. But if I mean if that's what it takes, I'll do it. But that it was
It wasn't
frustrating. I'm like,
hard. I just had to like add it into the or into the NVIDIA control panel, and then for
right.
me, because I have SLI, I had to set it to actually use SLI. Um,
Yeah,
but
I actually I lied. I picked up what was it? Some DLC for Deus Ex, Human Revolution.
uh,
Because I wanna play through that again, and I like doing stealth playthroughs of that. And they don't have a stealth sniper, and they just added it, I believe. Or well, not just added it, but it was in a DLC pack. So those were like 50 cents each, and I was like, might as well. But I didn't know that the missing link was actually like an add-on. Like an
it's
add-on.
extra story.
I think it's a standalone because it's got its own launcher in my
Does
Steam
it?
list. Yeah,
Oh,
which kind of sucks because I'm not a big fan of standalone unless if it warrants it. But I feel like if it's only a couple missions, then whatever. But it was like $2 too, so I spent a little bit of money on that and have to still yet to play him. But nothing else has really like gone down enough for me to buy it. I don't want to spend the money on Bioshock Infinite. It's $30 now, but it's like
it'll
I think you
probably be 20 in the winter.
yeah. So one time playthrough on that would be fine enough for me.
Well, that game only really can be played through once. I tried to play it a second time, and I was like, I know everything that's
Right.
gonna happen. This isn't fun.
I
Because, like,
bought
the shooting's not that amazing. So, like, the
I bought
gameplay doesn't warrant a second playthrough.
yeah. Like there's too many games I have that have just kind of ended up like that. So I'm trying to cut down on those kind of games where unless if I like am really excited to buy it. But I think the only thing that really interests me now is Walking Dead because it's 75% off. So
That's pretty good. You should
yeah,
get Chivalry.
I'm still holding back on that.
Dude, if you cut a dude's head off, it, like, blood fountains out the top, and then he, like, falls to his knees, and the blood fountain just keeps spraying. And he, like, can cut people's limbs off and shit. It's amazing. It would
What?
be a It would be a perfect post-podcast play game because it's just like fucking retarded.
Yeah, it looks pretty gruesome.
It is. It's pretty gruesome.
Is it basically like a multiplayer? Just
Yeah, it's
it's a
multiplayer, team
FPS.
based, and you like capture points and stuff. The mission, they have like a mission based game type where it's like kill the villagers and like one team's trying to defend them, the other team's like trying to murder them all and then like burn down their houses and shit. It's totally worth it.
Hmm.
Plus,
Well, it's
people
like a
still
good-
play that game. People don't
How
play
old is it?
Chivalry anymore. It came out this year, but if you're like a multiplayer only title and you're not like Battlefield or Call of Duty, then it's like a big risk to be multiplayer only pretty much. Because like in the case of Chivalry, it took off and people still play it, but in the case of War of the Roses, which is a game that I really enjoy, no one fucking plays that anymore, so it's like I can't
Yeah,
play it.
kind of like that happened with Forge too.
Yeah,
I
Forge,
don't.
same
I,
thing.
I don't think it ever really got too big, but I'm not sure.
It never got that big, and so no one plays Forge either. And it's just like there's so many games that were multiplayer only this year that were like smaller titles that came out, and it's like, no one plays them. So now I have this game that I can't play
Yeah.
because it's like multiplayer only titles that have a fucking community. They're like TF2, Counter Strike, Call of Duty, even though it's not multiplayer only, but who the fuck plays campaign? Battlefield, the same thing.
Hey, the campaign's
And
great.
no, it's
Oh,
terrible.
oh.
You know it is.
Yeah, I
And
played it. I know.
um, I think that's it. What else is multiplayer? Oh, League of Legends, Dota 2. But nothing else really has like a community. They're not big enough, so they
Yep.
died. Like Battle for Graxia or whatever. It's another MOBA that came out this year and it already is gone. They had to close it down.
That would be why I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, they closed it. They announced that they're closing it down last like a couple weeks ago.
Huh. Speaking of MOBAs, have you heard of Infinite Crisis?
Yeah.
Got into that.
Dude, send me your extra key if you have
I
one.
I know I have an extra like preferred access code. I played a couple rounds of it. I just got pissed because my headphones still don't work. I only have one ear, so I was using my iPod headphones and everything was just really loud and I got like really annoyed. I turned the volume down, but it didn't help. So I think it was because it was really hot too. I was like I can't play games. I just had to lay down.
Send me your code. I want it. I want to play that game only
It
because my friend's like, I'm gonna send you a code because I got in, and then he's like, I deleted the email, and it's like, you're a fucking retard. What? Why do you delete your emails?
That's great. Yeah, and it um I don't know how like exclusive it is, but I know they only have certain playtimes. It's closed beta. They only have certain playtimes right now.
Yeah, I
Um,
know.
and it's under NDA, I believe. So
I know, but I still want to play it.
yeah, yeah. I'll no, I'll give you the code. Find the email. Then
We'll deal with it after. So the Steam Summer Sale is like kind of disappointing, right?
yeah, I mean out of all of them that there've been, yeah, nothing
Like
really.
the last few years, I would say have been better, but there also hasn't been like many big titles this year yet either. So
Yeah, I, it just kind of seems like they repeated a lot of stuff from last year. I mean, obviously you'll have to do that, but I nothing really like came up and I was like, oh man, I have to buy that. Maybe it's just because I'm being more tight with my money. I'm not really sure, but yeah, no, I the card system kind of got annoying after a while almost.
dude,
Having
I've
the
almost got my second level. I just
see,
need the Bioshock card. And
well, if I get it, I will give it to you.
okay, I need like well, I need 5 cards still, so I've got 2 cards that I gotta sell though. So
Well, like it's not. I mean, I keep doing it, and I don't know. Like it's for games that come out that I actually enjoy. Like Sonic Transform just came, like Racing Transform. The card just came out for it. The card artwork sucks for it, as we discussed last podcast. They have wallpapers for every card, and they're just portraits of the characters, and it's not even all the characters; it's only certain ones. So it's kind of like,
See, I have so many games that have cards now that I can't actually see all of the cards. So it's like, I can't tell which ones I want to collect for. I can't even tell which ones have cards.
yeah, it's getting to be quite a bit.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a little silly.
Castle Crashers, as Castle Crashers and the Bastion are the ones I was most surprised with. They both had great artwork, and Castle Crashers is just a great game in general. So I was pretty happy about that. But I feel like after the like summer sale, the cards are kind of just gonna like diminish. There's gonna be not a huge point to them.
There's not gonna be as many coming out though either. So,
Yeah, which is because I think that
which
helps
might
with
be
sales
good.
for a game.
One of the things that don't really make any sense about the card system to me, at least, regarding like the marketplace. So the idea of this was like that you would get these backgrounds and stuff to customize and emoticons to customize your like Steam profile,
Yes.
but those only sell for like 1 or 2 cents, and yet the cards for those games sell for like 30 to 40.
Yeah, it's a little bit
I'm
backwards,
like,
right?
yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all.
Uh,
Because it's like you can just go buy like if you want a background for your profile, you can just go buy it on the Steam Marketplace for a cent or two.
True. And then like
But to like buy all the cards for that like for the badge that would get you the booster pack that would have an emoticon and a background in it for that game will probably cost you like $5.
yep, that and like emoticons sell for more than cards do too, or more than wallpapers do, which is just funny. I because there's no point to them to me. I mean,
No, they're silly.
I'm not gonna go out of my way just to type an emoticon in chat.
I just I use them only to piss off this one guy I know who's like adding emoticons to Steam chat was like the worst thing they could have ever done, and so I just send him emoticons all the time just because like I know that he hates them.
Yeah,
But other than that, no, I'm not doing shit with them. Because what's the point?
there's none, and yeah,
Whole thing's quite silly.
perfect way to explain it. But
I think the only things I bought this Steam sale were like Heroes of Might and Magic 6 because it was on Steam, so I got that for $10.
mhm.
And like 3 copies of Magica because they were
That
$2.
how much were they?
They were like $2 a piece.
Wow.
Actually,
Yeah.
I bought the 4 pack.
So
So
you got four for the price of three.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I got 4 copies of Magica. That if we have guests on the podcast, we'll play Magica.
That'd be
Because
fun.
now I have lots of copies of Magica.
Yeah.
Because I already owned Magica. So now I got 4 copies of Magica.
Probably bought all the keys they had.
All the keys.
Hmm.
Every one of them. I bought all of them. So yeah, I've got a bunch of Magica. Because
I was thinking about doing that, like kind of stocking up on keys just for later. But
give them
kinda,
away and shit.
yeah, some games are cheap and they're worth playing if you haven't played them. But
Yeah. But other than that, I didn't really buy anything because a lot of the games were like too expensive for what they were. Like Tomb Raider is a game that's worth playing once, but it was like 30 or $40 still. So I was like, whatever.
yeah,
And then I own everything else. That's the other
yeah,
problem. I pretty much own all. Like I buy a lot of games because what I do. So it's like you can buy this indie game for fucking like $3. I'm like, I've owned this game since day one.
yeah. That's the thing is, I feel like the games I did want I already had, so there wasn't really a lot of games to buy anyways. And it was more pickup games that I thought were interesting for a decent price, and then that was kind of it. But then like they didn't really have any of that anyways. So,
Chivalry. It's like $7.
yep.
Huh?
But yeah, I still gotta play through or Heroes of Might and Magic anyways.
Yeah, if you can. Okay, the campaign has a lot more bugs in it than like, or well, I experience a lot more bugs in it than I do in the skirmishes.
I don't mind the campaign though. It kind of seems like the game does a decent job of it. So
Yeah, the campaign's not bad. There's like a bunch of different campaigns for different races. So
yeah. Plus with the gold version, you get like a couple expansions, I believe. So
yeah, you get two bonus ones.
it's like I'm willing for that.
Uh, if you have time, we should start playing a match of that. That's what we should do.
Maybe
We could
we
play
should.
on. There's a stupid map that only has 3 regions in it, and 2 of them are starting regions, and there's a bridge that is like the third region. Takes like 20 minutes to play.
Now, when you're playing multiplayer, is it similar to how single player
It's
works? Where you
turn
have to like
based.
you walk around and then if you can counter someone, you just battle them.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
it's the
kind of
exact
seems
same
cool.
thing as turn based. It's awesome. Plus, it's got. The way that I got introduced to Heroes of Might and Magic is that we used to play it at my friend's house when we were like ages 6 to 13 because we're losers. But we used to play it. There's a hot seat game mode, so you can play multiplayer at the same computer.
Yeah,
It is the way to do it.
really. So like you all just use the same computer, or
Yeah, because it's turn based.
yeah,
So
so it's possible to do that.
yeah, it's quite excellent. I'm thinking about hooking up my desktop actually now to my TV that I have in this room, and then
Yeah,
because I have a wireless keyboard, and then having some people over for some Heroes of Might and Magic 6 hot seat. See if it doesn't break.
that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, get
Uh,
all
uh,
drunk.
Strategy games are just good for that, like kind of night, you know. Like I kind of like
Well, it's a
just
bit
telling
like
them
playing a
that.
board game.
Yeah, it is, and that's something I just got into recently too. So that's I guess that kind of falls hand in hand then. So that would explain that.
Yeah, what board games you been playing?
Just Catan,
Oh,
but that's like my start to it. I haven't picked up anything else yet because the one store we had in town just closed down. So
ah, shitty. You should get
yeah,
Shadows over Camelot. That's a pretty
that
good starters game.
I talked to them about it and they didn't have it. So I was kind of like, yeah. They had a couple of like interesting sounding ones. There was a cool DC one. It was a Batman board game that you're the villain and you're all the villains and you're trying to kill Batman and you basically it's a board game to fight to kill Batman. Thought it was pretty cool. I didn't play it though. Interesting idea. So,
You know what they
but
just announced at San Diego Comic Con?
no. What did they announce?
Batman Superman movie.
Mm,
No, you're
mm.
not. You're not excited at all. Meh.
Superman was okay.
Oh, the new Superman movie was just like it wasn't bad. I know that a lot of people's complaint was all like, "Oh, well, he just fucking destroyed the whole world. That was fucking retarded." But it's supposed to be like sort of his origin story, like so that he won't do it the next time because like he's learned his lesson. And
Yeah, I mean, I
but
introduced the
the
character fresh and everything.
the well, all of this is like to lead up to the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
So the new Superman Batman movie is supposed to come out before Justice League.
The bad thing is isn't Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern?
Yeah.
Ha!
I don't mind Ryan Reynolds, but he got given a shitty script, so
I'm not a big Ryan Reynolds fan. Isn't he supposed to be Deadpool as well?
yep, he's Deadpool.
I'd probably like him in that better. But who else is in the Justice League though? I mean, you've been watching that show for a couple weeks now.
Oh, I finished that last week. I've watched every single movie. Now I'm on to like the old Batman. You know what I watched this week? I watched Mask of the Phantasm, which is a Batman animated movie from like 1993. So good.
Was it? I love those animated Batman movies though.
They're all good. There's not a single bad one.
They are pretty good. I that was
The Justice League animated movies were really good too. So you should watch those.
watching. I'll have to watch the series too. I'm pretty sure it's all on Netflix.
It probably is. You don't need to watch the series to watch the movies, but because like the first movie, for example, is like based in 1960, they have like very little to do with each other. But the series, okay, Justice League was really good. Justice League Unlimited was not that good. But the payout at the end of every season was kind of like almost worth watching for, because the end of every season would end with like a 2 or 3 part episode.
Okay. Yeah,
They were just okay.
They got both. There's only two. Is there only 2 seasons of Justice League?
There's 2 seasons of Justice League and 2 seasons of Justice League Unlimited.
They got both of them on Netflix, and then they got Justice League a movie, Justice League Doom. Looks like my viewing for this week is set.
They're worth watching. So, oh gee, what were we talking about?
Steam Summer Sale.
Oh no, we're done with that. Let's just move on to the next topic. Only other topic this week, even though it's actually really a couple weeks old, but I want to talk about it anyways. So the parent company for Atlas has declared bankruptcy, and their stock's going to be delisted this week. Because they looked like they were doing really well, but the company which the holdings company which owns Atlas is like charged with accounting fraud because all their books were fake. So
Oh, that's
so it looked like they were making money, but they weren't. But Atlas themselves as a company were making money.
yeah.
You know who Atlas is, right? They make
Yeah.
Persona and Shin Megami Tensei.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously SMT4 came out like just a week ago, week or
Right.
two ago. At least I'm pretty sure it came out a week or two ago. I don't own a 3DS, so I don't keep up
No,
with this.
I've been hearing a lot about it. At least Polygon and a couple other sites have talked about it quite a bit lately. So I'm pretty sure it came out.
The general consensus is that it's really good.
Yeah,
And the general consensus with Persona is it's also very good.
very good. Yeah, but that's 3DS only, right? So
Persona?
Yeah.
Persona was on PlayStation.
Oh, whoa.
The first one was on PS2, then it was on PS3, and it's on PS Vita and PSP.
Oh, damn! I thought those were.
No,
3DS
SMT's 3DS only.
Okay.
And then there's an SMT Cross Fire Emblem game that's coming
Yeah.
out for Wii U only. Or at least, hopefully, it's coming out for Wii U only.
Yeah.
So the obvious thing that's going to happen is obviously Atlas is going to be sold off to someone. Because, like, the company that holds them is going to break apart and have to sell its assets off to pay off its money. Because that's what,
Right.
that's what happens.
That's what happens in the financial world. And then it looks to be like Nintendo might buy them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It looks like Nintendo's going to buy Atlas. Which,
Hell
for
yeah.
me, I'm like, haha. Now I get all the SMT and Persona games. Because I don't own a PlayStation. And
Right.
I've heard great things about Persona. In fact, I've actually played a few of the Persona games. I haven't played Persona 4 Golden because I don't have anything that it's on. But whatever, because if they get bought by Nintendo, I'll have something that they'll be on. I have a Wii U and I plan on getting a 3DS. So I'll finally get to play all of the Atlas games.
Lucky you. I have neither and plan on maybe getting a Wii U in like the far future. So
I want to
I
get a
don't-
3DS just because there's so much good stuff out for it already and so much stuff coming out in the future that is like, at this point, it's worth buying because it's like $150. But
So they did develop Catherine as well.
yeah, they did Catherine also,
With
which
that,
was
I heard-
PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah, which I heard was pretty good. So they did something else that it's coming out. I don't remember the name of it. Is it Are they doing Killer is Dead? Or is that a different company.
They might be someone involved with it. Fuck, why can't I remember who's doing Killer is Dead?
Oh, Deep Silver? No, Grasshopper?
Um, Deep Silver, I think, is just doing European, North American publishing. Uh, oh no, they're doing European publishing. Xseed's doing North America, but it's done by Suda 51,
Oh, okay, Suda 51. Never mind.
and
It's
then it's being developed by Grasshopper, who I don't know. I don't know who that
yeah,
is.
no idea. So never mind. That's a totally completely.
No, they have nothing to do with. Yeah,
So those are pretty big titles though. So that could be a pretty good buy for Nintendo, I think.
but yeah, they. Well, the reason why everyone thinks it's going to be Nintendo who's going to buy them is because Nintendo is already working on several projects with them, and there's also weird like crossovers that are like deals that you've seen. For example, like right now on Nintendo, if you or on 3DS, if you register on Club Nintendo SMT4 and Fire Emblem Awakening, then you get a $30 like voucher for the eShop.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because those games only cost $40 a piece.
Right. So why not just buy them? Because I mean, they're both gonna be good games, assuming.
But well, they are both really good games.
Yeah.
But Nintendo's never done a deal with like that with anyone ever.
Yeah.
Like ever. The only time they would do
No.
that is with Nintendo games.
Right. So
And
kind of
then
suspicious.
and then you have the Fire Emblem Cross Shin Megami Tensei game. And so that game is well, it's a franchise crossover, and Nintendo's only ever done one franchise crossover outside of like Nintendo owned properties, and it was Mario and Sonic go to the Olympics.
Right.
So it like seems very unlikely that well, what looks like is that Nintendo's possibly been looking to buy Atlas for like at least the last few months, and so like all of this is leading up to their inevitable purchase by Nintendo,
Yeah.
which I wouldn't be upset about personally because whatever. The only thing that might be a little disappointing is that because Atlas releases like a good amount of games on pretty much every platform, including PC. We won't see Atlas games on PC anymore, which is the only other platform I own. It's my
Right.
main. It's my main gaming platform. So to not have Atlas on them, not that they've done particularly amazing PC games ever.
Which is kind of hurt, but not really affect you because you can get them on the way on your Wii U. So
Yeah, especially because Nintendo wants to expand their first party developer and second party developer like power.
yeah, that would. I think that's definitely like a good branch too, because the take of those games is very different from what we see from Nintendo.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read something that someone sent me. But I guess that's about it that you could do for that kind of discussion.
Yeah, it is pretty. It's pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Well,
I'm sorry. Do you have anything that you could talk about? Because
not. I
we
mean,
need to fill up 20 minutes. Oh boy.
I bought headphones. You want to talk about that?
Oh, what headphones do you buy?
Sennheiser 558.
Oh. Those aren't that bad.
I bought them because Newegg had a $36 coupon with them, or a gift card to Newegg, and then they were Newegg Iron Egg certified or whatever. I had no idea what that meant. I thought I just got like a different warranty with them. Turns out, if within like 2 weeks of me purchasing this item, the price on any other site goes down, they'll price match it, and it's like $20 cheaper on Amazon. So they price match that. So I have like $60 to Newegg that I just get to spend. I'm pretty excited about. On top of having a nice pair of headphones for once. So it's been a huge process though. Headphones are one of the hardest things to shop for, I think, especially looking at reviews because people are so particular in what they like, what they don't like.
Yeah.
You kind of just gotta like pull the trigger and find out what you like and don't like, and it's been kind of rough. But I saw that good deal for him, so I kind of jumped on that boat. So I guess next podcast I should have those, and I'll give an official thumbs up. If well, not, I probably won't because I still need to test them out for hunger, but you'll see me in them. So look forward to that. They're gonna be sweet.
So, I guess what we're gonna have to talk about, because we already touched on it slightly earlier, we're gonna have to talk about Comic Con. San Diego Comic Con.
It's over. It's done.
It is. But, you know what?
What?
That's okay, because there's things that we can talk about for like 1 or 2 minutes, but there's like 10 things. So then we'll fill up the 20 minutes. So, did you know that Neil Patrick Harris is going to be voicing a character in Saints Row 4 called
No.
DJ Veteran Child?
No. Nope.
No? Well, that's a thing.
Wow.
The PS4 will support PS3 wireless headsets so that you don't have to rebuy headsets.
That's another hit at Microsoft, I feel.
Yeah, because
Oh,
you do have
don't-
to rebuy all of your shit for the Xbox One,
Yep.
which we've talked about before.
Go back and watch those podcasts if you haven't heard them.
However, the PS4 is still going to ship with their own headset. Each unit comes with a headset, so.
What? So what's the point in use? Probably if you spend a lot of money on a nicer one, then you don't have to worry about.
Yeah,
not
but
being
it's still
able
got to
use
be wireless. It can't be wired, or else it won't work.
one. Oh.
It's only the wireless ones.
Wireless headsets just seem kind of funky, to be honest. I've never
Yeah,
used one,
I don't like them.
I mean, I'm not a wireless type of anything yet, so
Yeah, me neither.
I'm too hardcore for that.
World of Warcraft was at Comic Con. They showed off their very first children's book.
Why? What?
World of Warcraft is getting a children's book.
Hmm.
You're not excited?
No, I the World of Warcraft like universe does not intrigue me at all, really. Except for Hearthstone, but I just want to play a good card game. I'm kind of hoping that's what that is. And my Battle.net account got locked, so I'm even more pissed off at Blizzard.
It got locked?
I have to call them because I tried too many times to get my password or something, and yeah, so it's like it's locked. You have to call this number. I don't want to fucking call that number. I just want to play. I tried to get on Diablo, like this week, to check out something, to try to get into the beta of Hearthstone, I believe. So yeah, children's book though kind of seems like a weird world to put it in, but I guess there's a lot of probably like funnier stories with that lore too that aren't so involved in killing, I guess I should say. But
In more World of Warcraft news, Legendary Pictures and Warner Bros. Showed off the teaser trailer for the World of Warcraft movie.
wow,
Which is a thing that's been supposedly happening for like a decade now, almost. And it's finally actually happening to a little bit of a degree.
what's if I could see it, I would like to see that. Not like actually see the movie, see the trailer.
I don't know
Is
where
there-
the trailer is.
Who's
so.
it produced by? Because Is Blizzard does Blizzard have any hand in it, or do they just give it to some other company to do?
Um, okay, so this doesn't say how much they're involved. I'm sure that Blizzard, like some of the writers, are possibly helping regarding like lore stuff. But
Yeah.
it's done by the guy, the director of Moon and Source Code. It's done by Duncan Jones, and
Is it gonna be animated or
the teaser showed off live action with some CGI,
huh? Because whatever.
and it apparently took place in a desert outside of Hellfire. So if you play World of Warcraft, you know where that is, but you don't. So, oh gee, what else? So Capcom's gonna rebalance Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3 after Evo, apparently,
Did see that.
because they didn't like the balance. Neither of us play that game, so no
No,
opinion, I guess.
I mean, I that's the only fighting game I've actually like sat down and played more than a couple rounds on. But at the same time, mm,
How about this? They finally decided what character they're adding to Tekken Revolution next.
what?
And it is not the praying mantis or the salmon or the old man, and therefore I do not care. I'm ultimately disappointed with the choice. Why did you fail me, Internet? Why did you fail me, Comic Con nerds? What is wrong with you? Mostly so the basically they took the top 3 options that like came out of this vote, like an internet poll, and the top 3 were Shin Kamiya, who is already a character that people know. He's like established as his own character. And then sexy female Tekken Force. I don't know who that is. I never bothered to look. And then female vampire. And ultimately, the Comic Con crowd chose female vampire, who is also sexy.
Surprising, not one bit.
Little bit disappointed. I really wanted to see Salmon, only because that would have been hilarious. They
I don't know.
explain like
Is
the
it?
mechanic. It's like a salmon that flops around.
Sounds like it's like a magic carp, but actually can do stuff.
No, it's like a magic carp.
Oh, excellent. Would have been a great character.
Would have been the best character. I would main salmon if I had a PS3, but I don't. So, because Tekken Revolution's only on PS3, so
Mm.
it's free to play.
Oh, you that's like your one fighting game you really like though, Tekken, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm
I
all
played
about
the
the
original.
Tekken.
That's about it.
Little bit disappointed. See, what I was hoping was that they would add Salmon to Tekken Revolution, and then ultimately later, in future Tekken games, release Salmon as a playable character because he's already established. But they didn't add Salmon.
Well, you can still dream, I guess.
The girl can dream.
Yeah.
Did you see that the Homestuck creator is developing a Namco High dating sim?
Mm.
It's a dating sim that just has Namco characters from it.
Namco?
Yeah, like Namco Bandai.
Yeah. What?
It's a
So
dating sim where
Pac-Man
all
and
of the
Miss
characters from Namco Bandai, like Pac-Man, are in high school.
Huh.
I'm gonna play it.
I might pass. we'll see. But I mean, obviously they have way more characters than what I'm thinking of, but they the first dating sim I'll actually play with the one with Pac-Man in it.
Well, apparently it's going to come out before the holiday this year, and it's a browser game.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
Like most
So,
dating sims, it is Flash based, I'm assuming, and for the browser.
so in case you're bored during the holidays, you have a dating sim to play.
Don't knock it. I'm gonna play the shit out of this. I'm gonna bang Pac-Man.
That's my that is my ultimate goal. The
Without a
holiday
doubt.
the holidays will not be complete unless if I bang Pac-Man.
Did you see the Sonic Lost World stuff that came out of Comic Con?
I heard I think I saw a story, but I didn't really read much into it.
They
I
had
think
like
they
a bit
explained like
more demo.
didn't they explain something about colors being not like the actual game, but like something about color power? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Might
they showed off more of the color powers for the 3DS version
mm,
because the 3DS has like exclusive color powers that aren't on the Wii U version. But the Wii U version has co-op, so you know,
oh, it's superior in all ways.
yeah, I would say so.
Yep, confirmed.
Every time they show off that game, I'm just like, oh man, that looks so good. I'm excited. I am excited.
No D, just excite.
Um, gee, what else is there?
There is nothing.
They talked about the Saints Row original ending actually being a Bollywood dance number, but it no longer is, obviously, or else they wouldn't tell us that, which is massively disappointing. They better replace it with something better.
That they're talking about the fourth one. I don't even know a lot about that game. I haven't really followed it too much.
You haven't been following Saints Row 4 at all?
A little bit, but except for I know they're bringing back dead characters. Do you know that?
I'm a little bit disappointed. It turns out it was too expensive.
Comic Con?
No, the dance number to do the
Oh,
mocap for it, because they want to do a 3 minute mocap like dance number with all the characters. I am
uh,
sad.
well, you you can still dream. That's,
Okay, so
that is the
I
motto
guess
of
we've
this
got
podcast.
two more things we can possibly talk about. Do you want to talk about
Flash.
Batman Arkham Origins?
No, I know nothing about that.
Oh, okay, then we're not going to talk about that. Did you ever play Strider?
No,
No, it's like an
no,
old like SNES game.
no. I've never owned a SNES.
Well, Capcom announced that they're releasing a new Metroidvania style game in the Strider series, and I can't even remember when was there ever another Strider game outside of the NES one or outside of the SNES ones? I don't think so. But you're like an assassin who fucking murders people, and it's all in 2D.
I can dig it. I'm watching the trailer right now, and I can dig it. I love Castlevania and Metroid style games. Like Castlevania games are amazing, but I've only played them on emulators, never actually on devices. So this game does look pretty sick.
Yeah, and it's gonna come out for PC
Ah, that will
in
be a purchase.
early 2014.
That's gonna be a long time away then. I will
Yeah,
forget
it is.
about you and then love you when it came out.
It seems that it's being done by like Double Helix and then a couple people from like actually from Capcom. The thing is that Double Helix suck, So
Yeah.
I'm like now kind of instantly disappointed that they're making it because they've never made any good games ever.
What else have they produced?
They're making Killer Instinct for Xbox One, which everyone who's played it says is trash. They made the Green Lantern movie video game, the Battleship movie video game,
Oh, say no more. I get it.
the G.I.
GI.
Joe movie video game, and Silent Hill Homecoming, which is the worst Silent Hill game ever.
Ye- So they're pretty good.
They're amazing. They are the Blizzard of movie games. So there's also that. And I think that about puts us up to the 45-minute mark.
Huh.
This is what happens when we make a show about talking about news and there's just no news at all. We're going to need to come up with some topics for next week, just in case.
I can go for like hours without my headphones, and I'll come for the air. Or will be.
They'll never
We'll,
be as comfortable as mine.
well, well, that's what we'll do next podcast. Comfort test. We're
Yeah.
gonna compare and contrast. It's settled.
Oh my. This just in. There's a Facebook board game.
Oh, that's not news.
Apparently it tells people to stop using the internet.
So it's like it's a funny video game. That's what it sounds like.
Sounds terrible. I
No.
can't live without the internet. What is that
Break-
shit?
Breaking news is not really breaking news.
Not breaking news at all. Terrible video. Terrible board game. What's wrong?
Whoa. Whoa.
Wow. Wow. What's wrong with that person? The internet is like a core part of human existence at this point. If it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't even know you.
True. This wouldn't even exist without the internet. And that wouldn't be any good, would it? Would it?
No, wouldn't.
Well,
So, I guess we might as well just wrap this up because there is literally nothing else to talk about, and we'll come up with some topics that aren't news related for next week.
hmm
We'll just troll bait. We'll tell women they can't play video games or something.
yeah, we'll get massive views.
It'll be awesome. Everything will be lovely.
hmm
So, let me just finish off this scotch and then we'll wrap
Whoa,
up.
whoa, high class.
So, I guess we're gonna wrap up. This has been the 23rd episode of the Dapper Gaming Podcast on this fine here week. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.